Hey folks, it's Matt again. I'm gonna do a review here on the Clone Wars General Grievous figure. As I drop something, alright, I apologize. Now, this is a second version of General Grievous that's been in the Clone Wars wave. The first one I have not done a review on yet, but I do have him on hand right here. Here's the first one, and here's the second one. Now, I'm assuming the reason why they released the second one is because the articulation in the first one was atrocious. He could move his shoulders and he could move his hips and his head, and that's about it. This one has the appropriate General Grievous articulation, except for his arms, but it's acceptable. Well, actually, his arms are still pretty good, but anyway, I'm going to let you know right now, this is going to be a very negative review. The Clone Wars figures have too cheap of plastic to make General Grievous, is basically what I have seen from this figure, because I was very much looking forward to this new figure because of the last one's quality wasn't that good. Well, I've come to find that this one, we do have better articulation, phenomenal articulation, actually, but the quality is much worse, which I don't know. I kind of thought they would at least give me a better figure here, but I will show you everything this figure has to offer, and then I can explain to you why I don't like it. First thing, there's a lot of battle damage pieces that we have going on here. First, the shoulder pads here, they pop off, and they will pop off. Believe me. You put this figure anywhere down on his back or on his anything, and they're gonna fly off. They have a little hole, little peg in the middle here, little hole in the arm. Now, my right arm pad falls off because his arm is warped because of the plastic. It falls off a lot. More warped plastic. That's my favorite part about the Clone Wars figures. As you can see, his toes are mangled. They should look just like these, but they're mangled. This one's even bent sideways, if I can show you. Just a pain. It was really frustrating. But articulation-wise, he's got a shoulder, I think it's a shoulder. Let's remove the pad and try it. Feels kind of like a swivel. Might be a ball joint, but it feels a lot more like a swivel. Anyway, he's got a swivel in his elbow, but it's also a ball joint, so you can move this arm all over the place, bend it, spin it. It's not bad. I like that. Grievous does need a lot of articulation, because if you've ever seen the Layer of Grievous episode of the Clone Wars, you can see he goes nuts, which is very nice as I show you the articulation in his legs. I'll have to remove those because I don't feel like having them get in the way. Now, he's got, I don't know what kind of joint this is. I want to say ball joint probably, because you can move it all over right here at the hip, which is fantastic. And then now, these give you the illusion that they bend twice, but they do only bend once at the top. So you can move this leg all which way, bend it, do all sorts of crazy things. And then the feet swivel right here. They swivel back and forth. I mean, look at this crazy pose you can get in, which is fantastic, again, because if you've seen the Layer of Grievous episode, he crawls like a spider at one point. Actually, I think he even does that in Revenge of the Sith too, doesn't he? That's awesome, because that's the kind of articulation I wanted, because he can move a lot. He's very, oh, what's the word I want to use here? Oh, I can't think of it. I'm not going to delay on it, but he can move very well, and I like that. His head also has a ball joint to it, but it's very restricted. I can't even show you with my thumbs in the way. I apologize. But yeah, he moves a bit. Getting him to stand is a bit of a trick, but you can do it. Which is nice, because the other Clone Wars Grievous can't stand because his legs are warped and blah. But this one, because his legs move so much, you can get him in a position to stand, which is a nice plus as he falls down. But believe me, he stands. You can get him to stand. As for accessories, I'm not going to try to pull it apart because it's a pain, but he has a battle-damaged head, where you can see his side of his face was thrashed. This is, I am assuming they did this because of the Layer of Grievous episode. He gets part of his arms cut off, or I believe he just gets his arms entirely cut off. You see you have a piece of his elbow here, or forearm really, and then another better piece. And what happens is these have a hole in it, and I'll show you here. You pull it off right here at this joint, and you can stick it in. so you can have no arms, basically. That's kind of cool. It's not bad. I don't mind. Some figures can do battle damage better than others. I think having the arms be replaced like that, I think that's probably a better way to do it than some other ones. This figure does also come with a Star Wars stand. He can't fit on it because he has no holes in his feet, so it's kind of useless. He also does come with one of these goofy game cards and dice. And, yep, there's that. Useless little feature. I don't know if anybody's going to even use that. It doesn't seem like anything. I don't know. I believe that's everything about this Grievous. Oh, he does swivel here. He's got a ball joint. That's sweet. But, yeah. I guess he's not too bad if you take into consideration it's a Clone Wars figure. But I want to have a Grievous that can move like this one and have all these features, but have the plastic quality and the durability of the Saga Legends figures, like this Grievous. Because that one's durable. I don't have to worry about the plastic being warped, because it's not cheaper plastic. If they could just make a figure just like this one, with better plastic, so I don't have to worry about being warped in the package, then it would be the best Grievous. But until then, I guess we just have to deal with this, which is kind of unfortunate, but hey. I guess if you can get him to stand, I use him to display. I take him out of the box, I display him. So, as long as I get him in a good pose, I guess it works out. But yeah, here's the General Grievous. The new Clone Wars General Grievous. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope you don't mind my negativity towards it, but hey, if anybody got this, I'm sure you'd probably share it. So, there's that review. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.